What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another video. Thought I'd hop on and kind of just discuss the overall market feel today. We've seen a pretty wild day back and forth from pretty much all the major indexes. So here we have on my screen, this is the S&P 500 Spider ETF. Just want to walk you guys through a couple patterns and things that have been developing throughout the day, and something you can kind of expect going through the rest of the day. So whenever we get a market that basically is going up and down like this, ideally what it's going to do is it's going to create a lot of levels throughout the day, right? This is not one of those days where you're really going to want to pick trend, because there isn't really trend. It's all basically bounce here, sell here, right? So looking at this chart, I mean, you can see we got a level here, we got a bounce level within there, resistance, we have another bounce level here. So it's probably becoming pretty evident to you on all these levels. And it's kind of nice, you know, every once in a while we call this a bad day, but for some, this is actually a really great day because the market's just rallying back and forth, creating multiple levels to play off the day. As you can see, predictable bounce level from right here, okay? This shot up, that became a predictable bounce level, all right? Just as this market shot up here, pulled back, that created a predictable resistance level right there. So I kind of just want to walk you guys through this, give you guys some insight here on the market. So we start off with this really big down drop, which then U-shaped back up, creating a small cup and handle pattern right there that eventually broke up, okay? Then after we created that cup and handle, it led right into a bearish head and shoulders pattern, which wasn't ideally perfect, but it was still there, and that moved down. And now we're bouncing off this previous support. Well, previous bounce level created a support bounce, and now we're bouncing up, just broke through this previous small little pop. Now we're running into these sellers up here. So just want to give you guys an update that today in the market, you're probably going to be seeing a lot of this back and forth rallying, not so much directional change, not so much trending. And also, we held support here at the pre-market low. I know it's hard to see, but right here, there's a little hash, and that's exactly where we held support on, was that pre-market low. Believe it or not, you know, look at it right there. That's the little hash mark. I know it's ironic and it's very funny that that little hash for the pre-market low ended up holding support today, but it is in fact true that you can see things like that where just the smallest little blip may hold up on the day. That was the pre-market low, and that's exactly where the market started to bounce today. Moving over to the Dow. Here's the Dow. As you guys can see, and this is something that if you're a newer trader, you probably don't know too much of, or probably don't pay very much attention to. But look at the Dow. This is the Dow Jones. Seems very similar to the S&P. Check out the Nasdaq. Seems very similar to the S&P and the Dow. So what you'll come to find as you become more developed in your trading is that a lot of your major markets and major indexes all basically move in unison. And how is it that you can help, or how is it that this can help you in your trading? Well, it's kind of like that moment when all the stars align and the light bulb clicks on in your head. That's what we're looking at, right? So let me double chart this here. We'll put this on to, say, the Dow. So now we're looking at the Dow Jones and the Nasdaq on both of these screens. So something you would come to find as you become, you know, a little bit more developed in your trading is that a lot of these major markets, excuse me, will move in unison. So let's say you wanted to short, you know, you wanted to open up a short position, and you're looking at the Nasdaq, and you see the Nasdaq is coming up towards its high a day price. You're like, well, we might be seeing some resistance here. I might want to open up a short position. Same thing with the Dow. You see the Dow kind of creeping up, breaks through previous high a day, but starts to show some weakness here. Ideally, the way you'd want to work with this is that you time it, right? You're seeing that you're starting to see weakness on the Nasdaq, you're starting to see weakness on the Dow, and then you even got up a third chart of the SPY, and you come over here, and you're like, oh, well, thinkorswim over loads here, right? You start to see some weakness here on the Nasdaq. This is where it starts to become a little bit more clear. When you're starting to get these signals across all of the major indexes, that can be a good indication of a major move within the market. But let's say one of the markets is just pushing up while the other one's kind of selling off, and there's not a clear identification that they're all both moving in unison, then that might be a time where you might want to hold off and not take a position. So what I'm getting at is, if you notice all these stars are aligning between all three major indexes, there's a good chance that you'll be able to nail a good trade. That's what I'm getting at. Now let's take a look at just another stock. We'll just put up, who knows, we'll put up AMD or something like that. Or what's another good one? Like, oh, Roku shot up today. And then it sold off, right? So what we're gonna, look at Roku keep going. Massive move. So this probably won't be the best example. So we'll go over to AMD. This will probably be a little better. Okay. So something you'll notice here is that a lot of your stocks are going to move in unison with the market. So if you've ever kind of been trading, you're like, well, why did it do that out of a random just spike here, down drop there? Strong chances on that day, your stock might be following unison to the overall market. So do you see anything that looks similar here between the Nasdaq and the AMD? Oh, maybe the fact that they both spiked up right in the morning and then it crashed. Oh, would you look at that? All right, and then check it out, drops all the way down. As soon as the market kind of starts to bounce around here, you're starting to get some bouncing action, it reverses, AMD starts to reverse, so you're starting to pick it up now. Things are starting to click. So just want to come on, give you guys a little midday market update here. I myself didn't make a whole hell of a lot of money. I am sitting up about 275 on the day. A little less than that with commission, but a couple trades there. P&L's 275, so nothing crazy today. So with that being said, guys, hope you guys like the video. Hope that helps you. Hope that makes you guys think a little bit different the next time you want to come in and trade the market. And I hope you learned something new. Chances are you probably did, because Connor's great at teaching. We always give you something new to learn here. So as always, guys, thank you once again for tuning in. If you could give it a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff before you're out the door, we would appreciate it. And we will see you on the next one. Take care.